It is 5 minutes past 11 on this Thursday morning, the 6th of May, 2021. You are listening to the Mid-Morning Talk on Salam Media with me, Maryam Mkwanda. So no one wants to be faced with a life-threatening illness, but it can happen to anyone, and we may also we may also have to be in a position of having to care for a family member or friend who is facing such a condition. We might even be in the condition where we would require such care. A hospice provides a specialized type of care for those facing a life-limiting illness. And here's everything that that you need to know rather about hospice care and palliative care. And joining me to give us some more information and insight is the Advocacy Manager for the Hospice Palliative Care Association of South Africa, HPCA Leigh Meinert. Good morning, Leigh, and thank you for joining me.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for this honor.
Wa alaikum salam. So, first of all, what is hospice care and what is palliative care? If you can give us a definition and the differences between the two.
Well, in South Africa, I would say that hospices are the first and most established providers of palliative care. And palliative care is something that's not very well understood, unfortunately. People think, oh, that's at the end when you're just trying to sort of help people not feel as little pain as possible. But no, palliative care is filled with hope. And we encourage people to access palliative care, which hospices can provide, at the point of diagnosis. I don't think any of us are spared. We've all in our families probably had someone who's being diagnosed with a life-threatening illness. COVID is a life-threatening illness. We're living it now. It could happen to us. It might have happened to us. But when that happens, it's profoundly shocking. It's profoundly unsettling. There's so many things that need to be dealt with on the physical level, on the social level, on the practical level, on the emotional and spiritual level. And that what makes palliative care also quite unique is that it's completely holistic. So we work with doctors, nurses, spiritual carers, social workers, psychologists, home-based carers to provide this wraparound care, not only for the patient with a life-threatening illness, but also for their families. So it's an amazing service, and I just wish more people knew about it.
Definitely, which is why there is Hospice Week, which is from the 3rd to the 10th of May. And this year's theme is Passion for Compassion. So how will you be demonstrating this theme, and what can we do to contribute to it?
So I really want to encourage people to go to our website, hpca.co.za. That stands for Hospice Palliative Care Association. We also have a Facebook page, and our handle is HPCA10, because we are particularly promoting the stories of our nurses and our carers. And we started last week, and we're going all the way up to International Nurses Day on the 12th of May, which is another significant day for us, an event. But at the heart of our care are these amazing carers. People call them angels, and it's pretty close to the truth. I mean, not many people have the wherewithal to hold someone's hand right up till the very end. And our staff do that again and again and again and again. And so we're profiling their stories and also their wisdom. What have they learnt by sitting at the bedside of so many dying people? I mean, that's wisdom we all need. And that wisdom is on our website. It's on our Facebook page. We have over 69 stories of nurses and carers, and we're celebrating them, particularly during Hospice Week, which is this week, and sharing their wisdom. Even if you don't have a life-threatening illness, I would recommend you, or you don't know someone, I'd recommend that you just go and read the stories, because this kind of wisdom can enhance our lives right now.
Speaking about wisdom, what are some of the myths and misconceptions about hospice and palliative care?
Well, one, just to call a spade and be blunt, is that hospice is a place you go to die. And that's so sad. Because number one, it's not a place, it's a philosophy. And 94% of the care that we provide is actually in people's homes. So it's not a place at all. We go to people's homes where there are most of us when we are very sick or maybe even terminally ill. We want to be at home far rather than a hospital or a hospice even, So one session is that hospice is a place. No, it's not. It's an approach. And it's an approach that is holistic. It is an approach that is deeply caring. It is an approach that is team-based. And in that team, we engage the family. We see a family as part of the team, and we empower the family to support the patient wherever they're at. And all of us engage with death and dying differently. There's no one right way. We meet the patient and the family where they're at. We often come to their home, and we will provide whatever its needs. Sometimes in some families, when someone is disabled by a disease, what they need most is a disability grant. And in that case, we engage a social worker, and they go and fight the fight at Department of Social Work and get that grant. You know, it's sometimes terribly practical, but don't just call a hospice or think of a hospice when someone is facing their last days. It's not a place to die. It's an amazing place of hope. And it's a place where you can get spiritual support and emotional support and social support, as well as pain relief and medical care.
Now, talk to us about the spiritual support that you've just mentioned. How does the hospice help with that?
So we have trained spiritual carers in every single hospice. And when we speak spirituality, we take what I would say is a very broad and inclusive view. It's how each take meaning in our lives. And sometimes when we're faced with a terminal illness, the things that we've always held on to sometimes fall away. Sometimes that's called the dark night of the soul, you know. Sometimes they become even more powerful. But we can never predict what will happen as we come closer and closer to meeting our maker. And so we are trained once again, and our spiritual carers are trained once again to meet the patient where they're at, to provide containment for them and for the family, to help them make meaning, not to impose meaning, not to think, but to help them find their peace. And sometimes that's, again, terribly practical, what's needed to find peace. But our spiritual carers is for everyone of every faith, and even those who don't have faith, or some of those who lose their faith. We meet the patient where they're at in the spiritual care that we provide. But we believe that's an incredibly important component. And we speak about spiritual pain. We all know about physical pain. We don't speak enough about spiritual pain, that ache, that sense I'm not ready to go, that anxiety, that lack of peace. That's a deep pain. That's often worse than physical pain. And our spiritual carers are well trained to support people who are facing spiritual pain.
And I think also because people are always on the thought that, I'm going to die very soon. And, we're just thinking about the end. And sometimes you might not even reach the end if you get proper care and proper assistance from hospice and palliative care. Now tell us more about the HPCA and the work that you do.
Thank you. So we're essentially a membership organization. We represent hospices around the country. We ensure standards, and we've just released the 4th edition of palliative care standards, and we ensure that our members are trained so that when you go to a hospice that is an HPCA member, you know that you're getting high quality care. We provide mentorship, we provide training. We're training the doctors and the nurses. We're training increasingly more people in government to be able to provide this care. We advocate, we share awareness, we collaborate, we do a lot of things to promote that more people have access. Currently, only about 12% of South Africans who need palliative care and the kinds of things that I've been describing are actually able to access it. And that's a travesty. These are the darkest moments, some of the scariest moments in our lives. All of us need palliative care, probably at some point in our lives. And we should be able to access it. It's a fundamental human right. So we're here to champion for that, make it available, make sure it's the highest quality available. We're passionate about that because it touches all of us at some point, and it's not something that finances should preclude you from. So hospices are primarily run as NGOs. They have their income generating means and their charity shops, but they need support. They are there to help people who can't pay for this palliative care and to extend this access. And if you know a hospice near you, please reach out and go to their charity shop and help them to be able to provide this kind of quality of care to people. So to read more about us, you can go to our website, hpca.co.za. Number one, we're about promoting quality of life. We're not just about death and dying. We read our mission statements, ensuring quality of life, making the most of the life we have. Then, if need be, providing dignity in death and dying, and bereavement counseling if needed.
All right, Leigh, we're going to take a quick break, but please stay with us and we will continue thereafter.
Thank you.
The heartbreak, the grief, the pain. Islamic Relief needs you to keep feeling, because the believers are like one body. When any part aches, the whole body aches. Feel their pain. From just 450 Rand, you can ease their pain this Ramadan. Donate now to Islamic Relief. Visit www.islamic-relief.org.za.
Looking to get your kick? Kiki's have now reopened on 235 Matthews Maiwa Road in Durban. Head on over for the Taste with Kick. We offer something scrumptious for everyone in the family. Wraps, chicken tikka, burgers, tender grills, mocktails, milkshakes, and so much more. Corporate and events catering available. Visit our social media pages for more info or call 031 209 0119. Kiki's, the Taste with Kick.
Motala Perfumes, one of the biggest perfume manufacturing houses in Africa, with a state-of-the-art manufacturing facility specializing in designing, creating, developing and producing new scents and matching designer fragrances for all our stores, as well as private labeling for individuals and companies across Africa. Visit your nearest Motala Perfumes store or visit our website at www.motalaperfumes.com for more information on creating your own brand. Our efforts continue all through the blessed month of Ramadan.
So our aim is to, inshallah, literally save a few lives in whichever little way.
Thanks to your support, we have provided thousands of people with staple and nutritious food pack supplies, access to fresh and clean water and education supplies, and so much more.
I think it's a lot about the community and our well-wishers. And
Penny Appeal utilizes your Fitra donations to help make a difference to the lives of some of the most vulnerable and needy families.
And for that, every single day, we're really thankful for giving the opportunity to serve humanity.
We ensure they receive their food packs well ahead of Eid, ensuring that every family we serve benefits from your Fitra contribution. Fidya and or kafara also accepted. Visit www.pennyappeal.org.za or call 031 1100 573. Penny Appeal. Small change, big difference.
It's been a household name for years. It's been an important ingredient in South African kitchens, and it's been an affordable, healthy choice for your family. Helios. First our pure sunflower cooking oil, and now introducing Helios margarines and spreads. Following the same traditions and tastes you've grown to love and trust from Helios. Fortified with vitamins A, D, and E, also rich in omega-3 and 6 essential fatty acids for a healthy eating lifestyle. Helios margarine and spreads. Available now at all leading South African supermarkets. Helios margarine. The tradition lives on.
On air and online, this is Salam Media, and you are tuned to Maryam Mkwanda on Salam Media.
Welcome back. You are listening to the Mid-Morning Talk on Salam Media. It is 19 minutes past 11. The 3rd to the 10th of May is Hospice Week, and this year's theme is Passion for Compassion. How are you demonstrating passion for compassion? The lines are open, and you can call us on 010-8802-396 or send us your comments on our WhatsApp line 061-766-0355. Alternatively, you can leave them in the comments section below. And still with us is the Advocacy Manager for the Hospice Palliative Care Association of South Africa, Leigh Meinert. Leigh, thank you for staying with us. Now, if somebody is interested in becoming a caregiver, what is the process? What do they need to study? Where can they go? Does the HPCA provide that a platform for them?
I'm particularly passionate about this topic, so thank you for the question, because I think caregiving is such an important and often unrecognized profession, but it is a profession, and it's an incredibly noble profession, and it's one that one can step into without necessarily a very high level of education, but one can progress very far, and it can become something that one can gain deep education in and become incredibly sophisticated in. So some of us just care naturally, but it is an amazing career path. And I think we need to do more in South Africa to flesh out that career path. But for starters, I would recommend that, again, anyone who's interested in training to be a caregiver goes to our website, www.hpca.co.za, and looks under training. We offer 6-month and 11-month training courses for carers. They are certified and accredited. And as I say, there are career paths thereon, and you can start with a matric or less and keep going. But if you are going to be caring for people's lives, quite literally, it is important to have that education. It is important to feel armed with those tools. Maybe you're looking after a loved one right now, and it's just happened to you that you've been put in this position of caring. You need the skills too. We all do at some point in our lives. We need this kind of training. Ideal kind of care, I think, for many of us is home-based care. And that's sorely needed, again, in a place like South Africa with so many rural areas and when people can't access metro areas. So the more trained carers we have that can provide care in people's homes, which is where ideally we want to be when we're sick, the better for all of us. And the better trained we are, the better. So please go to our website and look up our training courses and spread the word and become equipped with this important knowledge.
Definitely. Now, I'd like to know about the mental state of the caregivers. How do you determine if they are in a correct or a good mental state to help and to provide the necessary care? Because sometimes it can also become overwhelming. You know, if you've been doing this for some time, and maybe perhaps you've like some of the stories that you have on your website, perhaps some people experience losing patients that they were giving care to. So what is the mental state of the caregivers, and how do you help them get through that?
It's been fascinating, Maryam, because we've been asking our carers exactly that question. So if you go to our website and look up Hospice Voices of Love, you'll see 69 different stories, 69 different personalities, in fact, more, because we interviewed some of them in teams. And everyone has a different to this, you know, different people's strategies for coping with the stress and the emotion are different. So we're not all made the same. There's no one size fits all for dealing with this kind of emotional and relentless spiritual stress. But what we do know helps, and what is fundamental to the way that hospices work and palliative care is structured, is a team-based approach. So we never work in isolation. The doctors, the nurses, the home-based carers, the spiritual carers, we're all talking to each other. We're all looking out for each other and the patient at the same time. So you can't sustain yourself. You can't do this if you are providing one person, and no one person can provide the kind of holistic care that is in palliative care. So at the bedrock of the way that hospices are structured, and as a result, the kind of services we can offer, is a team. And through our teams and looking out for each other, we can notice when someone doesn't seem to be coping, and we can gently reach out to them and support them in the way that they need to be supported.
All right, so that is fantastic. So if people would like to know more, they can go to the website. What about looking for a hospice within their localities or area?
That's on the website too. So we have a great hospice finder. Just need to go to our homepage and you'll be able to click through quite quickly per province, and you'll get all the details you need. So please, even if you don't have a terminal illness or know someone with a life-threatening illness, please go and find out where the local hospice is. They need your support, and I would really appreciate it if you could provide that to your local hospice. There's almost undoubtedly one close to you, because HPCA has 99 members in every province. So please get to know who your local hospice is.
All right. So thank you so much for your time, Leigh, and for sharing that information with us. And I hope it will go a long way into helping people, into helping families as well, because this is not just a one-person thing. This is a community thing. It's a people thing, and we're all about humanity and humanitarianism. So that's what we would like to hope to achieve. Thank you so much for your time, and have a wonderful day.
To you too, Maryam. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Right, that was Leigh Meinert, the Advocacy Manager for the Hospice Palliative Care Association of South Africa, HPCA. For more information in terms of training on becoming a caregiver, in terms of looking for a hospice close to home, any more information, how to donate, how to become a volunteer, you can go to their website. It will be shared on screen in a moment. And yes, there is the website if you would like some more information, hpca.co.za, for more information regarding hospice care and palliative care. And like Leigh mentioned earlier, it's not a place where you go to die. In fact, most care happens in your own home. So don't think that you're sending your loved one to a place where they're going to go and die, and who's going to care for them, and you can't care for them because you have your commitments, and you have to do this and you have to do that. They will come to you and they will help you out. They will help look after the patient in your household. So it is 11:27, and next up, we're going to be talking about sugar addiction, which will be coming up after the break. But before we go to the break, here's a nasheed you can enjoy. Sit back, relax, and do stay with us. And also, send us your comments regarding what are your favorite Eid treats, treats that are definitely going to be a feature on the table this coming Eid.